Plea for justice and understanding for Sarah. Punishing children the same way we punish adults does not improve public safety. Research also shows that as young people grow and mature, leading them to less likely to reoffend. Locking them up for years only keeps them in a prison for longer than necessary for rehabilitation. Sarah is described as an academically strong student involved in various community service projects and someone who has never been associated with violent behavior. The judge needs to understand the mitigating circumstances that led to Sarah's involvement in the tragic event that had occurred. Sarah should not have been charged with capital murder and the facts that given about this case. After listening to all the arguments presented on the case, the State versus Sarah, a murder case similar to the case the State versus David with a clean record being faced with murder charges after feeling provoked, throwing a glass bottle toward the ground, accidentally striking Michelle, who was standing nearby. The judge decided to sentence him to 2 years of juvenile detention facility for involuntary manslaughter. Considering the need for accountability while recognizing the tragic nature of the incident, another comparable case, the State versus Tyler, another murder case, a 15-year-old playing a game of basketball, feeling provoked by Chris' taunts caused Tyler to throw a basketball at Chris, causing him to fall, leading him to hit his head on the concrete floor, leaving Chris to later on pass away. In Tyler's defense, the altercation was spontaneous reaction fueled by adrenaline from the situation. He had a clean record that was known for having a history of good behavior and is also described as caring, responsible young man, along with his actions were unintentional and the incident was a tragic event. The court found Tyler guilty of involuntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 3 years of juvenile detention facility, recognizing the need for accountability in situations of youth violence. Overall, the cases are all similar, with the youth being provoked and acting on impulse, with many teenagers being tried as adults in different scenarios. On April 28th, 2023, Sarah, a 14-year-old daughter and student, was at a park during the afternoon. My client Sarah was trying to defuse an argument happening between two older teenagers and then quickly escalated, leading Sarah to fatally stab one of the teenagers, Lucy. My client was provoked into drinking, especially for her first time. Therefore, she was confused while intoxicated and couldn't handle her physical and mental emotions. Her crime was not premeditated, it was spontaneous in the heat of the moment. Sarah's youth and lack of intelligence, experience, and significant impact of alcohol on her ability to make rational decisions during the time of this event. In another case, the State versus Emily. Emily is a 15-year-old girl known for her vibrant personality and her passion for music, found herself in a heated confrontation that turned deadly. Emily was at a festival with her friends. Then tensions began to rise between two groups of teenagers over a disagreement regarding the seating arrangement. Emily allegedly grabbed a nearby object, a metal pole, and struck Ryan, who succumbed to his injuries. The quote states, the defense counters that Emily acted in the moment of panic and fear for her friend's safety, emphasizing that her actions was never to kill. They argue that Emily is an upstanding young woman with no history of violence. This is important because the youth and lack of knowledge of children in these cases should not be tried as adults, especially when their intent was spontaneous and not premeditated. The opposing prosecution for the case may argue that Sarah's age and clean record do not excuse the seriousness of her actions. They might say that fatally stabbing Lucy is a severe crime, that Sarah deserves a big penalty for her actions, and justice for Lucy and her family. In conclusion, Sarah's situation shows that the need to surround herself with better people while also avoiding dangerous situations rather than severe punishment. Although Sarah's actions were very tragic, they were not planned, making the situation spontaneous. She was influenced by her age and lack of experience and feeling provoked. Jail time would not help Sarah at all, especially mentally. The court should plead with Section 112 on involuntary manslaughter, rather than a heavy sentence for Sarah, giving her the chance to learn from her mistakes. Thank you for listening.